So looking at the results of that there poll, you can easily see that the build you guys apparently really want to see first is the best Giannis build we possibly can make on this channel. So all I'm gonna say is sit back, relax, kick it, and don't forget to drop a like, cause trust me, you're in for seeing the best Giannis Antetokounmpo, aka the best Greek freak build you'll ever see on NBA 2K23 Next Gen. But as per usual, I do gotta say, what it do, YouTube? It's your boy MB10, aka AMR10. And what I got for you today is something special. As I said, it's the best Giannis build you will see on this game. All I'm gonna say is this is basically a replica. This is what replica Giannis should have been when they made the whole replica build issue. This is what it should have been. Now, as most of you know, Giannis is the starting power forward, right-handed, jersey number 34 for the Milwaukee Bucks, aka a former MVP, DPOY, and champion. See, Giannis deserves to be way above Jokic. I'm gonna bring in some Jokic shade real quick. Giannis, the type of hype he receives is deserved for everything he's done. Jokic, oh hell no. That's all I'm gonna say. That man needs to get out of here, and so do his stands. Now, height-wise, Giannis does come in at 6'10" and weighs about 242 pounds. When it came to wingspan, he does have about a 7'3" wingspan, so we decided to leave it at that. And body shape-wise, I'd go defined, because if you remember the pictures they put out of Giannis in like 2020, 2021, when he had finished, you know, finally putting some muscle on, the boy looked like he'd been taking some PEDs. But yeah. Now, before we get into the breakdown for this build, actually, I do gotta explain one thing. Height-wise, Giannis is actually 6'11". The reason I went with 6'10" is because I did make two variations of this build. The 6'11" one just happened to have slightly worse physicals, so I had to go with 6'10" to keep it as best as I could. And the irony of it is, we got him higher in the shades of by making him 6'10" over 6'11". You take that and do with it what you may. But as I said, I do gotta say, if you enjoyed today's video and you want to see more content like this, do me a favor, go and drop a like on the video. If the video does manage to get like 200 to 300 likes, I will go back and, if it gets over 100 likes, I will go back, make this build again, and I'll max it out to an 85 and I'll show you guys gameplay with it. Actually, yeah, I'll max it out and show you gameplay with it. If it hits 250, I'll max it out to 99. You know what? Someone else will grind it on my account and I'll max it out to 99. But yeah, if you enjoyed today's video and you want to see more content like this, do me a favor, go and drop a like on the video. If you have a comment on what you think about the build, whether you like it or hate it, do me a favor, go drop that as well, because I do enjoy responding to you guys. And share the video, because it does help with the YouTube algorithm and helps with some of the spending we've been doing on the channel when trying to max out some of these builds. And also, don't forget to subscribe and turn on post notifications if you're new to the channel and you ain't done so yet. But yeah, getting straight into the build, as I said, the 6'10" had better physicals in the fact that we could get a 74 speed. We elected not to go 75 because we had to use the points elsewhere, and a 70 XL. On the 6'11", I'm not going to tell you what it was. If you want to see the 6'11" variation of this build, do me a favor, go and drop it down below in the comments, and I will release that as well. Strength-wise, we decided to go with an 82 because as with the Giannis build, you at least got to get bully of some sort. I would have aimed for gold, but these attributes, a lot of them, vertical, strength, which other one? Speed, excel, basically the physicals take up a lot more points than people really realize. So I usually try and put something to them, but not max them out to crazy because yeah, they eat up a lot. When it came to vertical, however, I did decide to go with an 80 on the vertical. Now this was mainly because I wanted to have the ability of getting all types of elite contact dunks, and in order to do that, I needed an 80 vertical and a 92 plus driving dunk, so we went with the bare minimum we could on the vertical. Stamina-wise, went with an 87 because again, just like Giannis, you will be doing a lot with this build. Only thing you might not be doing so much of is shooting. Hence, let's get into the shooting. Now, when it came to the mid-range jump shot, I wanted to respect Giannis more than this, but the game really wouldn't allow me to, so I decided to go with a 73 on the mid-range jump shot. Key thing here is you do still have the capability of getting Gold Middy Magician with Gold Space Creator, right? In my personal opinion, that's a good setup right there, because Middy Magician, for how much people sleep on it, is a deadly badge. Space Creator, I'm not too sure about, but hey, you will figure it out. When it came to the 3-ball, I decided to show the build a little bit of respect by giving it a 70 on the 3-ball, which does allow you to get Silver Claymore, as well as Silver Corner Specialist, Guard Up, as well as Bronze Agent 3. Now, if I were you, I would personally run Silver Guard Up. Yeah, if you have spares, corner specialist might be something you want to run, but that depends on if when you're on offense and the ball is in your hands, you really find yourself just relocating to the corner. Now, obviously, you might want to take this build into the right as well, so we decided to give it a 70 when it came to the free throw. That way, you do get a finishing total of 14 total shooting badge points on this build. Now, obviously, when you do get the +4 from playing some My Career games, you can take those, slap those onto shooting if you really want once you've seen the rest of the build. And then you can make this build really work for you. Because the truth of it is, one of my builds, okay, the main build I'm using right now has like a 73. Online, I'm shooting about a 40 to 50% from 3, depending on whether I'm playing with randoms or people I do know. Don't look at my rec percentage. That's just me playing with randoms, and it is going to hell. But yeah, that does allow us to finish with a total of 14 total shooting badge points, which I personally feel to be all right, especially on the Giannis build. Now, the next thing to get into will be the finishing. As I did say, we did go with the 92 driving dunk again, but this was mainly because we were aiming to get elite contact dunks. Plus, you can see we do get Hall of Fame aerial wizard as well as gold limitless takeoff. Slithery finisher, ironically, is a badge I've seen pop up so many times. Don't ask me how, just know I banged out a bunch of quick play games, you know what I'm saying? I managed to get through like 10, 15 and only lose one. And the one I did lose was because I was messing around. Don't play me 5v5, I'll mess you up, I'm just saying. But yeah, we went with a 92 when it came to the driving layup, we left at a 72, as well as leaving the close shot at a 52. I know this is kind of low, but the emphasis here is if you do know how to use the sticks, you should be able to force dunks in a way. So we went with a 92 on the driving dunk. When it came to standing dunk, we went with an 80. This was mainly because I wanted to get the ability of Silver rise up. Because again, as I said, we don't have that much of a driving layup, so I do want you to have the most capabilities you can have to force a dunk out of a situation. And just in case you can't run at the hoop because people are trying to guard you up face up, I also decided to give the build a 70 on the post control because this then does allow you to get Silver back down punisher, gold post spin technician, Silver dream shake, and drop stepper as well, paired up with Silver bully. Honestly, if I were you, I'd take the +4 points and slap them all on finishing. Main reason being, core bully, get rise up, get posterizer, and then split the points around the post scoring and aerial wizard. Trust me, it will work. Now that, as I said, it allows you to finish at 18 total finishing badge points with the +4, that's 22. And if we count this up, that's 2, 4, 6, 9, 15, core 1, 21, okay, maybe, yeah, you're gonna have to do the math, but you're gonna have to figure it out. You might have to give up one of them tier 3 badges, but either way, the build will still be deadly. As you can guess, you can just force dunks. And I'm not saying that's what Giannis does, but you know what I'm saying? You've seen the boy play. That boy is unstoppable, and he's got a head full of steam headed for the rim. Now, when it came to playmaking, Giannis, no matter what people want to say, pass accuracy, I decided to give him a 78. I know it's a bit high, but that's mainly because of him and LeBron have this beautiful ability that they aim to win games. Like, everybody aims to win a game, but I mean, they aim to win games in the fact of they know when to make a pass. So, we've seen some passes like Giannis passing out at the post, bouncing off someone's head. I forgot who it was, but that was painful as hell. I believe it was in the 2020 playoffs. But we've also seen great passes from him where he finds his teammates. Giannis averages a really high stat when it comes to assists for his position, and it's all because he has a great ability of finding his teammates and playmaking for them. Then when it came to ball handling, decided to go with an 80. Part of this was due to the fact that it's tied to, you know what I'm saying, that quick first step where you need a 77 to get silver, but also because I wanted him to have the ability of breaking people down with silver hyperdrive, killer combos, clap breaker. Like, I want this build to be able to take people one-on-one and be able to dribble nicely, which Giannis can do. So we went with an 80 on the ball handle, and then speed with ball, we maxed it out at a 67. Now, this does allow you to get 17 total playmaking badge points, but if you look at how much they cost at the power forward position, they are really dirt cheap. The only expensive one that I personally worry about is something along the lines of Needle Threader and Unpluckable. Those are 2 expensive badges. However, you could quickly pair this up and go, you can get Mismatch Expert on this Giannis build. I mean, obviously it's useless because you'll rarely come up against people who are way taller than you, but yeah, that's up to you. Me personally though, I would run along the lines of Hyperdrive, Killer Combos, Clamp Breaker, Quick First Step maxed out, probably core Needle Threader, and then slap on Unpluckable. At that rate, you'll be able to move the ball around whilst also having the nice ability of being able to break people down. Only thing is, don't try and bail out because you won't have it. Now, when it comes to defense, this is where the build really stands out. As I mentioned earlier, Giannis is a DPOY. For those of you who don't know what that means, that's Defensive Player of the Year. Now, I did challenge when he won it because I did believe there were some more deserving candidates because at that time he was doing a whole lot of, help defense that made it look good. And when we saw him in the playoffs matching up against Jimmy Butler, we saw him get cooked by Jimmy every time he ended up guarding Jimmy. So I did critique it, but he's still a DPOY, so I do got to show respect to his defense because After that series where Jimmy did what he did to him, following years, I've seen him clap people up. So, first things first, interior defense went up to an 82. This allows you the capabilities of getting silver interior lockdown, Hall of Fame workhorse, as well as silver box out beast, and brick wall. Now that's before we mess with the rebounding and stuff. In my personal opinion, silver interior lockdown, that's already a great place to start. When it came to the perimeter defense, decided to go with something a little bit special at a 79 on the perimeter defense, because as you can see, that allows you to get silver challenger as a freaking 4. Now, if you don't think that's special, you haven't been playing this game long enough to really realize a power forward that can get this type of layout with a 79 perimeter defense whilst having all these physical capabilities of basically playing like a big in the paint, that's something special. When it came to the steal, decided to go with a 78 because, as most of you know, that is the bare minimum this year to get silver interceptor. Last year, ironically, that was the bare minimum to get gold interceptor, but I'm guessing 2K kind of nerfed it because, yeah, people like me were playing them lanes like crackheads. Now, when it came to block, decided to go with an 88 because we did want Hall of Fame chase down artists. Now, I did say this badge was made after LeBron, but I do gotta respect Giannis because, man, he's long as heck. Pause. But you know what I mean. He contests a lot of shots. He pins a lot of shots off the backboard as well as swatting a lot of them back. So you do gotta respect him with a high block rating. And then when it comes to the rebounding, decided to go with a little bit of a weird variation in that 85 on the offensive and 85 on the defensive, giving you that perfect balance on both sides of the defensive and offensive rebound. Now, the way it is, you can get Hall of Fame off-ball pest, workhorse, and chase down artist, as well as gold ankle braces, menace, box out beast, and silver pick dodger, post lockdown, interceptor, challenger, anchor, pogo stick, rebound chaser, and brick wall. Me personally speaking, one of the badges, two badges I say to really work here. Just because, okay, 3 badges. Let me say 3 badges, right? 3 badges. Yeah, let's say 3 badges. Because let me quickly check what challenger states for again. Improves effectiveness of wall time at perimeter. Bump that. Okay. Run at least ankle braces and workhorse. The only reason I say this is because if you find yourself caught up in a situation of a pick and roll where you have to step out to the guard, if you're running gold ankle braces, trust me, you're in a good position. Because with the length you have, pause, and the ability you have with a 79 perimeter defense and not the greatest speed, you can really stay in front of these guys. Plus with, silver bully and all that good stuff, you can, get physical out here. But as you can see, we do finish with 26 total defensive badge points, 17 playmaking, 14 shooting, and 18 finishing. That gives us a grand total of 18, 32, 49, 55, 75 total badge points. And once you get that +4, that's a total of 79 total badge points on this here Giannis build. Now, when it comes to takeovers, the very first one I'd go with is Extreme Clamps because, again, as I said, he's a DPOY. You got to show some respect to that. And then the second one I'd most likely go with, it doesn't allow us to have a finishing take, which I assume is because of how low our driving layup is, which is kind of disrespectful because we have a high standing dunk, high driving dunk, and a decent post game. The only thing we don't have is a high close shot. Sorry, we don't have a decent close shot, and we don't have a high, driving layup, because the driving layup is decent enough whereby I really do believe you should be able to, just, yeah. So for the second we take, I don't want to go rebounding. That's one thing I don't want to do. I don't want to go rebounding. I'll say team takeover boost. Boost the actually, let's not say team takeover boost. Team ratings boost. All right, boost the rating of a large boost to your teammates' offensive abilities for a period of time. That's basically what Giannis does when he gets on the roll. So that's something I personally run with. Now, what 2K says we have happened to build here, aka the shades of, because I used to say what we happen to build here on 2K22, shades of Evan Mobley, Josh Smith, and Giannis Antetokounmpo, which happens to be a glass cleaning finisher. Now, what do you think of the build? If you personally rock with the build, don't forget to do me a favor, go and drop that down below in the comments, let me know about it. If you like the build, don't forget to like the video because you basically enjoyed what you saw. And if you're new to the channel and you ain't done so yet, don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well as turning post notifications on. Don't forget, drop a comment if you want to see the 611 version of this build, and we will drop that video. Anyway, it's been your boy Alvin MB10, aka AMR10. Deuces.